Bonjour and welcome back to my channel. My name is Claude and today I'm going to be doing your monthly pick a deck reading for the month of April. So I hope you're doing well. Now, as per usual, you will find the timestamps for each of the readings in the description box below. This is going to be deck 1, deck 2 and deck 3. So if you would like to take a few moments to softly gaze at the back of the cards, and when you feel you're ready, close your eyes, and the first deck that appears in your mind's eye, which is between your eyebrows, is the deck you are drawn to for today. If you see more than one, obviously feel free to check more than one deck. I'm going to give you a few seconds. If it's not enough, just pause the recording. Okay. Hello to my Aquarians who chose deck number 1. You have chosen the Crystal Visions Tower deck. So let's see what we've got for you for the month of April. Now please remember those are general readings. They will not resonate with everybody. Take what resonates and just drop the rest. So we start with your reading with a major arcana, the Lovers. It is crossed by the Four of Swords. Sorry, there's a lot of glare from my light. Below you is major arcana again, Strength. Above you is the Knight of Swords. Behind you is the Six of Wands. Ahead of you is the Three of Wands. In the advice, you've got the Unknown card, which is an extra card in this tarot deck. Environment is major arcana again, the Emperor. Hopes and fears, the Five of Wands. Let me push this. There you go. And your outcome is another major arcana, Judgment. The bottom of the deck, which is the energy working in the background that you may not be aware of, you have the Ten of Cups. Beautiful energy. So let's talk about the Ten of Cups. So the 10 is the number of completion in any suit. Sorry, I'm trying to show you the card without having it glaring. And Cups is to do with your feelings, your emotions, what makes you happy, intuition, creativity. The Ten of Cups really is very often called the happy ever after. It's having all of your cups filled with happiness, feeling very, very happy, blessed and grateful with your life, just generally speaking. And that's the energy you have around you. In the near past, you have the Six of Wands. Now this is a fabulous triumphant energy because the Six represents overcoming challenges and coming back victorious and, bringing harmony back into your life, generally speaking. And when you mix it with the Wand suit, which represents what your heart and soul truly desires, passion, this is fire energy. This is having claimed that victory, and you can see the card, the lion has the reef. Sorry, I'm not even putting it in front of you, right there. And the world is in his hand. He's got his wand, he's victorious. This is a beautiful, victorious energy. And that was in your near past. But this has put you into this position of the Lovers. Now the Lovers is a major arcana. I'll talk about the Four of Swords in a second. Now you have 1, 2, 3. You've got 4 out of 10 major arcana. And for me as a reader, they represent a more permanent type of energy because they are the intervention of the universe, spirits, God, the angels, whoever you work with. It's them presenting you with opportunities to grow emotionally, spiritually, mentally, or it's them, you know, guiding you towards the correct life path for you to fulfill your life purpose. And the Lovers is a big card of decisions. This is a decision that will have a more long-term effect. Okay, we're not talking about shall we go out or stay in tonight. We're talking about something that's going to have an impact on your life, generally speaking. And very often it represents a decision that needs to be made based on your heart, really. And this is at the center of your spread. So you have this victory has put you in a position where you're having now to make a decision. And this is crossed by the Four of Swords. Now, the Four is the representation of strong foundations. If you think about a table, a bed, a piece of furniture, even, you know, structures, generally speaking, they've got four corners, four pillars. It's also stability. And the swords represent everything to do with the mental realm. So this is ideas, thoughts, knowledge, your perspective on things, truths, communication. The Four of Swords talks about taking some time out to think things through, literally, because this is a big decision, and so you can't move forward because of it. There is also a shadow side to the Four of Swords, which talks about feeling restricted, fighting against constraints, is pushing against constraints is what I'm trying to say. So you may be experiencing this kind of energy, which is blocking you from making this decision for the time being anyway. Because remember, you've got the beautiful Ten of Cups in the background supporting you. So this is not gonna last, this indecision or, you know, hesitation, whatever it is that's stopping you from moving and making this decision. In your subconscious, you have Strength, another major arcana, and your subconscious for me is where your higher self is trying to communicate to you and give you insights. And Strength represents your inner power. It represents your determination to see things through. Obviously it's fire energy. It is about having the inner fortitude to not give up and believing it, you know, believing that you've got it. It also talks about not necessarily using force to get something. You know, there are other ways to get what you want. Sorry, it's really glary at the moment. So yeah, so this is Strength. You can see it's very peaceful here. She's not using strength to subdue the lion. She's embracing this quiet strength and power, and is being aware that you've got this. And your subconscious, your higher self, is trying to tell you that you do have this within yourself. You can make that decision, and trust in your judgment, basically. Even if this decision means that this is going to be harder than it used to be, is what I'm hearing. Because in your conscious focus, you have the Knight of Swords. Now, this could be either someone in your environment or that represents the attributes of this card, or this could be you. No genders attached, because this is a general reading. Swords, as I explained previously, is to do with the mental realm. It's air energy, and the Knights represents things moving forward. This is action taking. So there may be someone in your environment that you're seeing coming towards you. And the Knight of Swords is very swift. This is not someone who's going to take their time, like the Knight of Pentacles, who's earth energy, slower. The Knight of Swords is just really going for it. So you may have someone coming your way, which is pushing you into this, having to make a decision. Or it may be you wanting to take action, and this is you wanting to make things move very, very quickly. So take what resonates with you, you know, with your situation. And in the near future, you've got the Three of Wands. Now this indicates that the decision, you will have made it by this point in time. Because the Three represents growth, creation, expansion, generally speaking. And with Wands, which is your passions and your desires, it talks about having chosen, you were at the crossroad, you chose your path, and you're starting to see the beginning of growth, literally. And you know, this is having a sense of directions. You see, she's looking into the ball, she knows where she's going, the path is illuminated. So the beginning of things moving forwards for you, whether it's in a relationship, a job, or a relocation, whatever this is, and things having a clear sense of direction in the near future. The advice is the unknown card, and the unknown card is what it is. It means that you're not meant to know just yet what's happening, and I'm not surprised to see it coming up in this reading, because you do have a fair amount of major arcana, which, as I said to you, it's your spirit team, your spirit guides really working to align things for you. And obviously these things will happen in divine timing, so when you are meant to know, you will know, basically. Because also you have judgment as an outcome, which really is the it's another, there's two cards of karma, and this is one of them. This is a karma card. So the advice is basically to make a decision not using your intuition. Dig deep within, because you're not going to have the actual facts to make this decision, is what I'm saying. Now again, I would never presume to tell you how to lead your life. This is all to do with you and energies as they are. But the unknown card being here in the advice means, okay, you can't know it all. You're going to have to accept that you can't know it all, that you can't have all the facts, but you know, you still have this decision to make. I did say to you in the beginning that the lovers is a decision that very often needs to be made from a heart space. It's not from a mental space. And in the environment, you've got the Emperor. Now, another major arcana. The Emperor is ruled by number 4, and you have a 4 here, which represents strong foundation and stability. The Emperor is fire energy, and this is someone, no genders attached again, who is a very good leader, who knows how to plan all the steps to take his troops to success. So it's really looking at things and planning things so that you may be successful and may make things move forward, which I'm not surprised to see that it's in the environment, because in the near future you will have made a decision and you will have a clear sense of direction and you'll see some growth. So it's either you bossing it up, basically embodying the Emperor qualities, or there's an Emperor in your life who's going to help you make that choice and push things forwards. Now, the Emperor can represent someone slightly older, so take what resonates if you have someone slightly older, because, you know, his success comes from experience. You know, he's been at war several times and he's gained a lot of wisdom through experience. So he does embody a certain level of experience, life experience, so he could be slightly older, or she could be slightly older. So you may have someone like this in your vicinity, or it may be you, just bossing it up and moving forwards. And in your hopes and fears, you have the 5 of Wands. Now, I'm not surprised to see this featuring in the fear department, because the 5 represents changes and challenges, and Wands, as I explained, is passion. So when you have challenges with passion, you get frictions, you get conflicts, you get competition. So if we're talking about work, it can be, you know, competition in the workplace. It can be frictions, conflict in relationships, and this is a deep-rooted fear that you have. But it is about, you know, overcoming, obviously, this kind of energy. And I believe this is why you are stuck here, because you know you've got this big decision to make. But as I said to you, the shadow side of the 4 of Swords is feeling that you can't move forward because you're pushing against constraints. So I'm getting the message that you're fearing that if you say something or if you go in a certain direction, you're going to create conflicts, whether this is in a relationship, and that doesn't have to be a love relationship, it can be within a family, or whether it is for jobs. This may this may create competition, and this is why at the moment you're feeling a bit blocked. It will change because of what I told you about the near future. And remember, this is to gain your your profound happiness with the Ten of Cups. You know, you're happy ever after, so it is worth it. It's worth going through this. And also remember that you do have the strength to see this through. And at the end, your outcome for the longer term is Judgment. So that's your last major arcana of your read. And Judgment is the second karma card, the first one being Justice. Judgment, obviously there are layers to the cards, represent, it can be literally like a report card, looking back on situations, events, things that have happened, and, you know, assessing them, you know, just literally taking in what happened. It can also be a wake-up call for you, or an illumination of some kind, a transformation, something that's going to make you grow, a profound experience that's making you ascend. Because if you think about what Judgment represents, it's ascension, literally, for the ones who have passed. So it can be all of these things, but what I see for this reading is that once you have made a decision and you're moving confidently towards whatever it is that you want, you will have paid some karma. You know, this is things coming along really nicely for you, because this is going to really transform you deeply, is what I'm seeing. And I'm not surprised to see this, because it is difficult sometimes to make decisions knowing that we may create problems around ourselves, and so it has a tendency to stop us. But the ultimate goal is happiness, right? So if you want the Ten of Cups, basically, you know, you're going to have to be strong, and you're going to have to make the decisions that are going to benefit you, despite the fear of creating, you know, dissatisfaction around you. And then you will get, you know, that beautiful reward, you know, that transformation. So I hope you've enjoyed your journey for the cards with me. If the message helped you in any ways, do let me know in the comment box below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I wish you a beautiful month. It's going to be very transformative. So it sure will be very interesting. And I hope to see you again very soon. Until next time, au revoir. Hello to my Aquarians who chose deck number 2. You have chosen the Prism Tarot deck. Now please do bear in mind those are general readings, they will not resonate with everybody. Take what resonates and simply drop the rest. Now what do we have for my Aquarians who chose deck number 2, please? So we start your reading with the Queen of Wands. Crossing her is the Eight of Swords. Below you, you have the Three of Swords. Above you, oh beautiful, the Ace of Cups. Behind you, the Ten of Swords. Ahead of you, Strength, Major Arcana. In your advice, you have the Page of Swords. Your environment, Nine of Cups, beautiful. Hopes and fears, the Two of Cups. Final outcome, beautiful, the World. Bottom of the deck, which is the energy working behind the scenes that you may not be aware of, you have the beautiful Empress, Major Arcana. Okay, so let's start with this. Around you at the moment, you have a very powerful energy of fertility, prosperity and abundance. The Empress is ruled by number 3, which is the number of growth, expansion and creation. She's major arcana, so she represents to me as a leader, as a reader, sorry, the intervention of the universe, God, your spirit team, the angels, whoever you work with, because any major arcana will have a more permanent effect on your life. They do not deal with the daily stuff like the minor arcana do. So when the Empress appears to me, it's a big sign that things are going to grow and it's going to be really beautiful. Now, she represents lacking for nothing, which is why I talked about prosperity and abundance. She represents the birth of something, so it can be the birth of love, the birth of a child, of a project that's going to make you really happy and give you prosperity. Any positive things like that, she's beauty, anything like that. So that's a really wonderful energy to have working for you in the background. And by the look of things, you've closed a cycle in the near past, and it was unpleasant. Okay, so 10 is the completion number in any suit, and the sword suits represent anything to do with the mental realm. So thoughts, ideas, knowledge, your perspective on the world and life generally speaking, and also truth and communication. And so something happened in the near past, and you know, you had to process it, and it has been hard because the swords, they cut, they're sharp, and you had to release it, because the beauty of the Ten of Swords is that yes, it's painful to come to terms with something and let it go, but it does mean that now you can move on. You've freed yourself for something brand new. And in the middle of the spread we have the beautiful Queen of Wands. Now, the Queens represents patience, understanding, and they are yin energy, so receptive, as opposed to the Kings, who are action taking. Now, the Wands suit is to do with what your heart and soul truly desire and yearn for. It's fire energy. You know, it's really what drives you. So the Queen of Wands is someone who's very charismatic. She's a go-getter. She's very determined. She knows what she wants, but she's aware that she doesn't need to use her big stick to get it. She has that inner confidence that she knows things are going to get done, and that the outcome's going to be positive. She's someone like that, very dynamic character. She knows she can make it happen, no doubt in her head. And I believe this is you. Now, obviously there's no genders attached in a general reading, just the attributes of the card. And this beautiful Queen is being blocked by the Eight of Swords. And I'm not surprised to see this, because, you know, releasing something like this is difficult. And the Eight of Swords represents having erected some psychological boundaries. It's a prison of the mind. This Queen is protecting herself because she's been wounded. It's that simple. But this is a prison that you can get out of. It's entirely up to you, and you know, no one can do it but you. It's a prison of the mind. In your subconscious mind, you've got the Three of Swords. So we're still dealing with the mental realm here. But the three, as I said to you, with the Empress over here, is to do with growth and expansion. So the Three of Swords talks about a breakthrough, literally a breakthrough. As you can see, it's breaking through, but it can be painful, and it is subconscious. Okay, this is your higher self talking to you. So you're still working on this, because this Ten of Swords, where I said the cycle got closed, can represent, not for all of you, but can represent betrayal for some of you. And your higher self, your subconscious, is telling you, you know, this is a breakthrough, we can grow from this. But at the moment, you're, you know, in a prison of the mind, and you don't see it. And yet at the same time, in your clear conscious focus, you have the Ace of Cups. Now, the Ace is a brand new beginning, and I totally get what an Ace would come up in this reading in your clear focus, because when we've been through a Ten of Swords, yeah, we want a brand new beginning. I get it. And because you're in the prison of the mind right now, you really want to get back your first for life, because the cups represent the emotional realm. This is what makes you happy, your feelings, your relationships with people, also your intuition and your creativity. And you want a brand new beginning. This card represents the birth of something new, rekindling of a relationship, the birth of a child. It really is something that's going to bring you happiness. You see, the cup is overflowing with the water. So this is, the joy, the brand new beginning, the excitement for something new that's going to make you happy. And this is what you're focusing on at the moment. And as I said to you at the beginning of the reading, you do have the Empress, which is about abundance, prosperity, love, everything good in the environment. And so you're focusing on this because you really want to turn the page. But you can't turn the page unless you get out of this self-inflicted prison in your head. And your subconscious is trying to tell you this, you need to break through, you need to allow this, grow past it, is what I'm hearing. And in the near future, you will, because you've got the Strength card here, and that's so beautiful. Fire energy, major arcana, so really this has got the divine, the universe, your angels intervening, to help you grow, to help you overcome problems, to put you back on track. And they're telling you, reminding you, and they may help you find the strength to move forward and embrace this brand new beginning. Because strength, you have it all along. It is inside of you. It is that will that you've got, to see things through. And I can't help but see that, you are represented by the Queen of Wands. You have that fire. You are confident. And this has been taken away from you. This Ten of Swords, it's made you doubt. That's why you're all up in your head and you've got shields everywhere. But you've got this. And your spirit team, they're going to make you realize this. So please be aware of synchronicity, any signs that may speak to you, because they will remind you of the strength that you have within. And I'm not talking about physical strength, I'm talking about mental strength, the will to get through this and overcome it so that you may embrace this brand new beginning. And in the advice you have the Page of Swords. Now we're back into the mental realm. The pages represent news coming your way. They can also represent a new direction and also a little bit of inexperience, so the yearning for learning, because they're training to become knights. So the Page of Swords, so it could be some emails, texts coming your way with some information that you are advised to take heed of. Some communication, someone may contact you. It may be just you triumphing over that prison of the mind and looking at things differently and moving into a completely different direction. So take what resonates. But with the Strength card being here in the near future, I'm seeing this as the advice of looking at things from a different point of view, really taking a new direction so that you may get out of this prison of the mind. Because in your environment, you have the Nine of Cups. Now the 9 is a number of achievement, and Cups, as I said, is emotional realm. This is called very often the wish fulfillment card. And so I believe that you actually have in your environment what you need to get your wish fulfilled. You want a brand new beginning that's going to bring you your thirst back for life, or a brand new love, whatever it is. You have the Empress working underneath, and as I said to you, she represents new love, anything that's going to grow, prosperity and abundance. And prosperity and abundance do not have to be financial, by the way. We can be prosperous and abundant in our relationships, and I personally believe it's more important than financially, but that's just me. And in your environment, you've got the Nine of Cups. It tells you that you've got everything around you to get your wish fulfilled. And obviously in your hopes, you have the Two of Cups. Sorry, the Three of Cups. I need to learn how to count. 3 cups, clearly. And the 3, as I said to you, is that growth and expansion that we had with the Three of Swords. And this is you wanting to be happy, wanting to socialize, to have something to celebrate, to get out of this doom and gloom, so that you may shine again as the Queen of Wands that you are. And this will happen. I really, truly am hearing it so loud and clear that you're going to be guided and reminded of your inner strength, and you're going to see this through, because your outcome is the world. Now this is beautiful, this is the end of a cycle, the permanent end of it, and it is walking through that portal, having successfully learned all of the lessons, having grown so much. It talks about success, victory, happiness, and a very important growth. So really this reading is showing me that this is going to be such a beautiful transformation for you. It's been really a pleasure to read it, if I'm honest. So I hope you've enjoyed the journey for the cards with me. If you did, or if the message helped you in any way, do let me know in the comment box below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. And I wish you a beautiful, transformative month. And I hope to see you again very soon. Until next time, au revoir. Hello to my querent who chose deck number 3. You have chosen the Bianco Nero deck. Now please do bear in mind those are general readings, they will not resonate with everybody. Take what resonates and simply drop the rest. Now what do we have for my querents who chose the Bianco Nero deck, please? I think that's enough. So we start off your reading with the Knight of Cups. Crossing the Knight of Cups, we've got the Empress, Major Arcana here. Below you, Knight of Swords. So second Knight for your drawing, your reading. Why did I say drawing? Above you, Ace of Wands, beautiful. Behind you, Page of Pentacles. Ahead of you, the Six of Pentacles. Advice, Major Arcana, the Magician. Environment, the High Priestess, another Major Arcana. Hopes and Fears, the Five of Swords. And your final outcome, the Ace of Swords. Nice. Bottom of the deck, which is the energy working in the background you may not be aware of, you have the Page of Wands. So you have two pages, and here you have two aces as well, and two knights. So let's talk about the energy that's working at the moment in the background. You've got the Page of Wands. Now pages represents news coming your way, messages. They also represent a new direction, and they represent a certain level of inexperience. And the Wands suit is to do with what your heart and soul truly desire. It's passions, urges. So the Page of Wands can signal a brand new opportunity for you, something very exciting, adventurous, and it could come in a form of communication, but it can just be an offer, some kind of something that's going to be exciting. And note that in your clear conscious focus, you've got the Ace of Wands right there. So I'm going to talk about this first. I normally don't, but I will because of the correlation here. Because in your clear focus, you want a brand new beginning, but something that's going to excite you. Because the Ace is the seed, the origin of any suit. And with the Wands, it really is that brand new excitement, going on an adventure, starting a new business, something that you feel just really passionate about and you want to start. It can also represent a very passionate, the beginning of a very passionate love relationship as well. Take what resonates. It can also be a burst of creativity. and a desire to manifest this creativity, whatever it is, starting a new business, starting a new hobby, you know, whatever this is. And this is what you're thinking about, what you've got on your mind right now. In the near past, you have the Page of Pentacles. Now, the traits of the page, and by the way, any court card that I draw, they are non-gender. There's no gender there because it's a general reading. So the Page of Pentacles could have been some kind of news that came your way, some kind of offer to develop your skills, because the pages, as I mentioned, talk about a certain level of inexperience. So the Page of Pentacles can talk about going on a course to develop any kind of skills that you have. It can also talk about untapped potential. So going on a new direction using that untapped potential. But it is some kind of opportunity that came your way in the past. Near past, I mean really near past. And in the middle, you have the Knight of Cups. Now, Knights represents movement forwards, action taking. Cups is to do with the emotional realm, so everything like your feelings, your emotion, what makes you truly happy, but also your intuition and your creativity. So if we're looking at something to do with work, expanding your skills, going to uni on a new course, this is you wanting to take action towards this, because this is what you really want. You know, the cup can be representing what you dream of, what you want to achieve, that you know will make you happy. As I said, it's your creativity in there. And it's blocked by the Empress. Now the Empress, major arcana, ruled by number 3, which is growth and expansion. She represents lacking for nothing. She represents fertility, growth, the birth of love projects, prosperity, abundance, all of that good stuff. But because she's blocking you, I'm getting the message that you may not have the means in order to pursue this, which obviously is kind of frustrating, because you've got this brand new beginning, something that's really exciting you that you want to work on. And as I said, I'm more getting the vibe of work, studies, career improvement. But if it's a brand new passionate relationship, in that case, this could be someone blocking this love offer coming your way. This could be, or you trying to go after this love offer, because it can represent a parent, for instance, a family member, someone who's slightly older, going, no, that's not happening, I'm afraid. That's for if we're talking about love. But otherwise, if we're talking about pursuing careers, jobs, creating a new business or your studies, this is telling me that you may not have all the resources that you need in order to go forward. And in your subconscious mind, you have the Knight of Swords, another knight. So as I said, this is movement forward. And because this is sword, it's air energy. It's the fastest of all of the knights. And swords represents the mental realm. So thoughts, ideas, perspective on life, truths and communication. So subconsciously, you wanting to charge in. You know, that is what it represents. He's not going to stop for anybody. Look at the drawing. This is someone who's just going to go for it. This is someone who's going to go for it, but also not be very delicate about how they're going to deliver the news if, you know, this is what we're talking about. There is an element of rushing in the shadow side of this card as well. And so your subconscious is trying to warn you about maybe not being so rash about it. The other thing I wanted to tell you, because it's been screaming at me, is, you know, when I was talking to you about the Page of Wands and I said, okay, this is something new, exciting coming your way, it could be news coming your way. And I did say, you know, the pages represent a certain level of inexperience. It could be someone who's, you know, really passionate, and if we're looking at love, it could be this person, you know, around you, and you would like a brand new beginning with this person. But, you know, beware of the raw passion is what I'm saying, because this is not the King of Wands, this is just the Page of Wands, so this is someone who's not as experienced. This is just for some of you. But in the near future, you're going to have the Six of Pentacles. Let me grab it. Oh well, the Empress is being very bossy today. So the Six of Pentacles. Now 6 is harmony coming back into your life after having overcome a challenge. The challenge being the Empress, whether it's a lack of funds, lack of resources, or someone in your environment, parents, family, blocking you. This tells me that you're going to overcome this and harmony is going to come back into your physical world. So if we're talking about something to do with jobs, careers, studies, this is giving, this is the perfect movement and balance between movement and stability. This is giving and receiving. So you see he's giving some coins. So this is you receiving some coins so that you may move forward. If we're talking about a relationship, it really is the concept of giving and receiving, not being rash and compromising, with whoever is blocking this relationship. It could also be about a relocation, because relocation, costs money, and it is exciting, but also families and friends may oppose to it because they know they're not going to see you as often, and you're just wanting to rush and go for it. Believe me, I've been there. And in the advice section, you've got a major arcana, the Magician. Now this is beautiful energy because this is the universe, spirit, God, your angels telling you, you have everything you need to manifest what you desire. You're the supreme manifester. You can literally create whatever it is that you want to manifest, so get to it. Now obviously I would never presume to tell you how to lead your life, I'm just reading energies, but this is what this is about. This is, okay, so get going, because right now is the right moment for you to take a new direction for your life, and you can manifest that. And on your environment, you've got the High Priestess. Now the High Priestess represents wisdom, but wisdom that's acquired through channeling messages between the spirit world and the physical world. So she's someone who listens to her intuition, her gut, literally. So this card may hint at the fact that you need to rely upon your intuition and be open to seeing signs and synchronicities, because your spirit team will give you signs on how to move forward, how to get around that obstacle that the Empress represents, whether it is a physical obstacle of lack of fun, lack of money, or whether this is a person. So your intuition will talk and will help you find the right way to get to this harmony. Sometimes the High Priestess also represents things being hidden from you, behind the curtain, So there may be some elements of this situation that you are not aware of at the moment, but they will be revealed later on because of the outcome that you have, which I will move on to in a second. In your hopes and fears, you've got the Five of Swords. Now 5 is the number of change and challenges. Swords is the mental realm. It talks about having the sharp focus, the determination to get something done. However, it's not always liked by everybody. So I am not surprised to see this card appear in this position, because, it's that breakthrough that you get by doing things your own way. And people may not like it, and so it's playing on your mind at the moment because, well, you know how people are. They always judge. So this is something that worries you, but I would not let that worry me. Do things your own way. You have got what it takes to make it happen, as illustrated here, so I wouldn't let that bother me that much. Just don't be rash. And your outcome is the Ace of Swords, and this is why I was telling you that if there are things that are hidden, some certain elements of the situation that you're not aware of, this is going to come to an end, because the outcome is the beautiful Ace of Swords. Now, as I said to you, the Ace is the beginning of the suit, and when you mix it with the sword suit, this is ultimate clarity coming your way. I call it my epiphany card. It's that aha moment, that happens, and you're like, that's it. I know what I need to do to get over this challenge or this obstacle. As you can see, you think you're buried, and then, you pierce and you get the crown. So you are going to get the clarity that you need in order to move forward and manifest this beautiful brand new beginning, exciting new beginning that you want to manifest, no matter what we're talking about, relationships, work, careers, studies. So I would really not allow what other people think get to me. You know, do things your own way. You have the powers, everything is in your hands, it's really clear in the cards. Just don't be rash, be careful, you know, be careful the words you use, is what I'm hearing as well. You know, try and talk to people, you know, just take gloves when you talk to people, because you see this is harmony there coming back. And so that may open doors for you, but you're going to get the clarity, you're going to know what to do. So I hope you've enjoyed your journey through the cards with me. If you did, or if the message helped you in any ways, do let me know in the comment box below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I wish you a fantastic April month, and I hope to see you again very soon. Until next time, au revoir.